teaching, and it is what, Orlando? It is the rehash. So really quick, I'm going to be going over what the rehash is and why it's important and how tips on how to master it, all right? So obviously, like it says here, we know what the rehash is, right? Nah, what's the rehash? You better put it in your own words. Your own words.
Talking about the summary of everything. All right, so what is icebreaker?
Juice, one clap. So it's the last step. What I like that you said is the last step. It's the last step of the sales conversation. Okay, it's the very last one. And it's basically a summary or a recap, right? The rehash is the recap or summary again of the complete sales conversation and say and. Because when we talk about rehash, this is something that we never talk about. All right, so I'm gonna give you a little something different. It's the last impression of the company. That's our chance to leave the last. You know how you have a first impression? We talk about the first impression, but the rehash is the last impression that we get to leave the customer of Empower, right? The reason why it's important that we rehash, number one, I already wrote it for you guys. It gives us the opportunity to clear up any confusion, right? I use Faye as an example. Faye is the type of person, she's very assumptive throughout the sales. She's very, very good at it. She'll say things like, makes sense, right? You know about that, right? You know what that is, right? Makes sense? Makes sense? And the customer will say, yes, right? But still isn't too, they get it, but they're not too clear, right? So it gives us the opportunity to clear up any confusion. It allows the customer to openly and comfortably ask those questions that they didn't want to feel stupid for asking before, right? Number 3, well, that was 1 and 2. Clear up any confusion, allows customer to ask
their condition, the concern. We compliment them, we relate, we smile.
Openly and comfortably
We do so many things.
ask questions, right?
So really quick, of course, everybody wrote that down. We're just gonna
Ask questions. Number 3.
all right? I'm gonna start it off and then we'll go around. Just breathe, welcome.
Okay, yeah. It puts us in position to leave the best representation of Empower, which solidifies the money, right? I know we say rehash keeps the money in your pocket, keeps the money in your pocket, but we're not being specific on why. The customer will keep Empower or keep the service not only because they like you, and that's one thing we focus on, only them liking us or only them getting it. They probably understood the whole gist when Direct Energy came, right? But they didn't keep it because of various reasons. But it's the company. It's the company, right? Because when they get their bill a month or so later, it's not your face, Chris. It's not your handsome face. It's not the hair. It's none of that. They're not even going to remember half the time. It's the company. You know what I mean? So if we leave that last impression of what Empower is, they'll be more confident in their service. You want to leave customers with the impression like, yeah, Empower hires them. I mean, I had a few agents come by from Green Mountain Energy. They were trash. I knew the company was sketchy from the representative. So that rehash has to be so professional, so on point, so fluent that we leave that impression like this must be a Fortune 500 company if they're hiring people like you. Juice? Right. It also shows legitimacy. Leaving them with that solid rehash, not hiding any information, being open and honest with the information, you know, they're going to call you, PSC&G is going to send you a letter. Prepping them for all of that shows legitimacy of Empower. Again, when we leave their house, all they're going to get is Empower. It's no more face-to-face unless we go back. And that's a different type of rehash, right? All right. And again, it separates us from other companies. Now, how we rehash, right? This is, like I talked about, fluidity. This is one thing that I do. Let's say this is our pamphlet. We all know we use the pamphlet for whatever. You'll see the customer service number right here. Does anybody know the customer service number? Woo, one clap for France. So you got the customer service number down here. You got like a windmill or some stuff, and then you got number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, right? You got some other stuff talking about electricity for 1 month, right? Free electricity, whatever, right? This is what I normally do. Okay, this is what I do. You can use. It's not one straight way to do it, but this is how you are going to get your rehash fluent and make it a conversation. Okay? You want your rehash fluid in a conversation. So what I do, I write certain things at the top. And two, we talk about dingy pamphlets and dingy things. When I've seen some of you guys' pamphlets and I was disgusted. Not because of the shape it was in, but you guys didn't have any organization with the information. It was like the name was over here, like front something over here, number right over here, then you got 100% renewable energy over here, then you got the verification code real small right here. Shit look crazy. Let your shit be organized and write as neat as you can. It shouldn't look like chicken scratch. Anytime my pen starts giving out on me, I'll throw the pamphlet away because I'm not leaving that with my customer. I'll get a whole pamphlet. I don't care if I have to drag a little time. Sorry, give me a second. I just want to make sure it's nice and neat for you. Make sure your handwriting is nice and neat. Make sure your pen is working. You know what I'm saying? Your rehab, this is it. We don't have the opportunity to come back. This is it. So this shit right here has to be on point. So at the top, I write things like no enrollment, no cancellation, right? Real neat, no enrollment. I draw little smiley faces and shit. You want this too. This is it. No enrollment, cancellation.
So let's bring that really quick.
Write fees. I write that right at the top, nice and neat, and I do like this.
1, 2, 3.
Leaving you with every little piece of little splat. I'm leaving with that splat, right? No enrollment, no cancellation fees. I write their rates. I'll say 100% renewable energy. I highlight, 2 of these, and then we explain those. I go to the customer service. I go to my name, and I leave my name, my number, and today's date. Always leave today's date. Always leave today's date. I don't know why. I do know why. It just solidifies. Anything extra can't go against you if your intentions are pure, right? But anyway, I leave their verification right smack dab in the middle. So again, fluid, right? I start at the top. This is how my rehash sounds. Okay, great, thank you so much. I did take the liberty of going ahead and writing some things out for you. Every time I say that, the customer says thank you. They say thank you every time. I just went ahead and wrote you some things, like I told you before, no enrollment fee, things like that. But I just want to let you know you will receive a phone call within 3 business days, between today and 3 business days. You don't have to answer if you're busy or if you didn't want to. But if you do decide to answer, they're just going to ask you 4 questions. Also, I write my 4 questions over here. I would be like, no savings, not utility, empowers no supplier, and not mandatory, right? So this is how I explain it. So they're gonna give you a call in the next 3 business days. You don't have to answer if if you're busy, but if you do decide to answer, they're just gonna ask you 4 questions, okay? One, they're gonna make sure you understand that this isn't mandatory. You don't have to have the service. So if you wanted to cancel at any time, you could. That's how I go when it's not mandatory. They're gonna make sure you understand that you do have a flat rate again. You know what I'm saying? That you're not saving. I didn't guarantee you any savings. Again, you still control your bill. A lot of people they'll hear flat rate and think their bill is gonna be one set rate. Or one set price every month. You still control your bill by your consumption. They're gonna make sure you understand PSE&G is still your utility and we're just a new supplier. Sometimes people will call Empower saying that their stove is broken. PSE&G still only handles your services, okay? Other than that, again, just to confirm, you still only receive 1 single bill from PSE&G like it says here at number 4. Expect to see that by November. So once you get your November's bill, just compare, all right? If you have any questions, my name and number is here. You can feel free to give me a call. If I'm not available, you can always call customer service number as well. You have any other questions? No? Again, this is your verification code right here, and this pamphlet is just some information about going green and how we're helping the environment. All right? Thank you so much, Bronze. Again, thank you so much. Here's your pamphlet, and I'll see you some other time. Also, wait, before I forget, do you know anyone else on the block?
Yeah, LeBron James down the street.
You know LeBron James? Do you think you could shoot him a quick text and let him know that I just came and helped you with your renewable energy, and that I'm going to be stopping by as well?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, thank you so much. Something like that. 1 clap. Again, you want your rehash to be, as far as the pamphlet is concerned, neat, nice, concise. It's the last opportunity we have to leave an impression of Empower. Again, if we have a good first impression, if your icebreakers, if they do work, and you get through that whole sale, your last impression has to be even better than the first impression. Juice?
Juice.
Let's get it.